Hello, I thought I would tell you a little bit about this book. This is a collection of stories written by people who suffer from various illnesses, disabilities, whatever you want to call them. It was published last June in America, published privately, so it's quite difficult to get hold of here. I managed to get one through Amazon. It's called Abled, and it's put together by someone called Chris Mason. And it covers all sorts of issues, shall we say. The first one is OCD, and then diabetes, celiac disease, what else comes to mind? They've all got strange titles, so you can't always tell what the disease is they're talking about to start with. Pain, Dr. Patty's pain journey. So that's obviously about pain. Someone wrote about Hashimoto's disease and hypothyroidism. On page 308, someone, I don't know who, wrote something called My Invisible Disability. That's me, by the way. PTSD is in it. A whole load more about OCD and ADD. I was glad that I bought it because it has information about other people who struggle with health, and although my health issues have not, or I should say my epilepsy has not been that bad, I've got used to it. It's interesting to read what other people feel about it, because people with epilepsy, there are different kinds. It affects people differently, some more seriously than it has affected me. But I wanted to get this anyway, and I've only read one so far because with epilepsy I have issues with cognition, and therefore I do sometimes find it difficult to read and to retain, to remember what happened at the beginning of the sentence and link it to the end of the sentence, never mind paragraphs. Fortunately, most of these are only maybe 2 pages long, each story, and it just sums up how people feel. I'm not sure this is the right place to say it, but I then went on to have, the neurologist says I've now had 4 strokes. I don't agree. I know that sounds silly. I know I've had 3, but the last one is, I think it was more linked to medication I started to take for blood pressure, which is known to cause problems with eyesight, and my left eye, sorry, the television's on and I just saw something amusing. My left eye couldn't focus if I tried to look to the left. and the doctor stopped the pills and it went away. But my neurologist says he thinks it was a stroke. But I do think with doctors they tend to presume that whatever's on your record, that's what's happening to you. I've been misdiagnosed several times by doctors who don't know me. For example, one doctor said I had hay fever, and as I had just turned 65, let me get it right, and I've never had hay fever, I queried that. He said, no, it's hay fever. I'd never seen the doctor before, and he's gone. He's no longer in the practice. It wasn't until I saw my ophthalmologist that they said I had what did he say? This is the problem I have getting words out. A severely ulcerated cornea. So it wasn't hay fever. Another time I went to the doctor for an urgent appointment. So again, a new doctor who'd never seen me looked at my notes, and I was worried I was having a stroke because the right hand side of my face and my fingers had this tingling sensation, and it went to my lips, my tongue, and she looked at me and said, no, it's the onset of a seizure. I said, nah, this isn't what happens to me. And she said, just take some paracetamol and go to bed for a few hours. But again, my neurologist has confirmed that was a stroke. So don't believe what doctors tell you all the time. Take their advice if you can. But know yourself. Know your own health. And if you want to read about any of these issues in this book, I believe if it sells well, I may get a little bit of royalties. It's all in the money. But since it's generally difficult to find in this country, in the UK, I don't know how that's going to work. Anyway, I wrote some of this.